Breathing is automatic, effortless, invisible, until every breath feels like work. Chronic lung disease doesn't begin with gasping. It begins with inflammation. Today, we examine what slowly narrows the airways and why lung disease isn't only about smoking. Chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, COPD, is a progressive condition that limits airflow. It includes chronic bronchitis and emphysema. In chronic bronchitis, airways become inflamed and produce excess mucus. In emphysema, the tiny air sacs, alveoli, lose elasticity and break down. Air becomes trapped. Oxygen exchange declines. Breathing becomes labor. Smoking remains the strongest risk factor for COPD. Tobacco smoke introduces toxins and oxidants that damage airway lining. But smoking is not the only contributor. Air pollution, occupational exposure, and secondhand smoke also increase risk. Oxidative stress plays a central role. Reactive oxygen species damage proteins, lipids, and DNA within lung tissue. When antioxidant defenses are overwhelmed, structural integrity declines. Elastic fibers in alveoli degrade. Air sacs merge into larger, inefficient spaces. Surface area for oxygen exchange decreases. Breath by breath, capacity diminishes. Chronic lung disease does not stay confined to the lungs. Persistent airway inflammation can spill into systemic circulation. Elevated inflammatory markers are often observed in individuals with COPD. This systemic inflammation increases cardiovascular risk. It contributes to muscle wasting. It affects overall resilience. The lungs and the rest of the body are deeply connected. Fine particulate matter, especially from industrial pollution and traffic emissions, can penetrate deep into the lungs. These particles trigger immune responses. Long-term exposure has been associated with increased respiratory and cardiovascular disease risk. The air we breathe becomes part of our internal chemistry. Environmental health shapes lung health. Antioxidants obtained from whole plant foods support the body's defense systems. Vitamins C and E, carotenoids, and polyphenols help neutralize reactive oxygen species. While nutrition cannot eliminate environmental toxins, it may influence resilience to oxidative stress. Systemic inflammation and oxidative burden are modifiable variables. The lungs are part of that system. Pulmonary rehabilitation and regular physical activity improve functional capacity in individuals with chronic lung disease. Exercise strengthens respiratory muscles. It enhances oxygen utilization. Movement, even when challenging, supports adaptation. The body responds to stimulus. Even compromised systems can improve efficiency. Again, we see the pattern: inflammation. Oxidative stress plays a major role. Environmental exposure, metabolic resilience. Chronic lung disease reflects cumulative stress on delicate tissue. Smoking accelerates it. Pollution compounds it. Systemic inflammation sustains it. But resilience also accumulates. Antioxidant capacity can improve. Inflammatory load can decrease. Breathing feels effortless until inflammation narrows the path of air. COPD develops slowly. Airway damage accumulates over years. Oxidative stress degrades structure. Inflammation remodels tissue. Alveoli lose elasticity. Surface area declines. But lung health is not isolated from systemic health. Reducing exposure to toxins matters. Managing inflammation matters. Supporting antioxidant defenses matters. The same systemic drivers we've explored, inflammation, metabolic overload, vascular stress, appear again. The lungs are delicate, but they are also adaptive. Understanding the mechanism transforms prevention from vague advice into biological strategy. In the next episode, we examine autoimmune disease and how immune dysregulation can turn the body against itself. If you value system-level clarity over fragmented health advice, subscribe to Book Bites Guru, because every breath reflects the chemistry inside you.